All right. Now, I mentioned before some changes that are happening, that are coming. We've got all kinds of exciting things that are happening this year. And I don't want to sort of drop them all on you now, because you'll get all excited today and then like 6 months down the track, you go, yeah, that's old news, I'm bored. So we'll progressively, keep you up to date as we go along. And maybe that's just me stalling and sort of saying, well, I don't have anything, but we'll let you know later. But either way. Now, one of the exciting things that's happening, we've got a bit of change in the leadership of some of our ministries going forward into this year. And our youth ministry is one of those. We wanted to take this moment to... Courtney has done an incredible job for our youth ministry. And we thought that this little opportunity might be the best time. Can I get you to come up here? I won't embarrass you, I promise. We've got some flowers for you. Happy birthday. Now, we just wanted to, as a church, we wanted to say thank you for all the hours, all the time you've invested into looking after our students. You've gone above and beyond, and I know you were thrown in the deep end, and there were lots of twists and turns to the adventure. Courtney is going to have a bit of a break for this year. She's got some other exciting things planned in her life for this year. And so, God's got some exciting things for her too ahead. So if you can just give her a bit of a cheer. So if you have youth questions in the short term about what's happening, what's going on, just direct them to me. Just because Courtney will go and see Jason. So you may as well just come and see me anyway. So that's that. We've also got some things that are twists and turns with young adults. We've got some new approach for this year that's going to be unravelled, whatever the right word is, in the next few weeks, which is exciting. Worship team. All of these little areas, lots of exciting things that are going on. We're growing and we're building as a church. God is laying down a foundation, and sometimes it looks like things are not quite as steady as it seems. I like the image of the boat. Jesus asleep on the boat, and there's a storm raging. And the disciples are freaking out, going, what do I do? What do we do? Why is Jesus down there sleeping? And just in, snap of his fingers, everything calms. And sometimes it looks like that. The pastor's leaving, what are we going to do? The church is going to fall apart. And yet, 4 months down the track, the walls are still here, everything's still going. And Peter and Kate are going well. Spoke to them today, and they love you guys, and they send their love. And sometimes it looks like, as the deck chairs get moved around, that, there's a storm raging around, but Jesus is still there. In the snap of his fingers, things happen. So I guess I wanted to say that to reassure you that God has this church in the palm of his hands. This last week, some of you know that our core team, we went to Mount Tamborine. For those of you who don't know where that is, that's in the hinterland, the mountains behind the Gold Coast, which was lovely. We had no phone reception for the whole 3 days we were there, which I developed a bit of a twitch. I've got all these messages, I don't know what they are. But it was an amazing time with all of the Elevation teams from all of our 7 locations. We got to meet some of the Yamba team for the first time. That was pretty exciting. They're a great bunch. But one of the things that was really exciting to see was the way that we as a church are a collective church, all of our locations. We're moving forward, we're taking ground in our respective communities. And the way that they've sown into us, I don't know if you know this, I know that when Melinda and I first came 3.5 years ago to what was Empower Church, we encountered a bit of an interesting dynamic with the Hills versus Penrith kind of church, and how they wanted us to go to them all the time and they never came here, and there was unmet expectations and hurts and some of those things from the past. It's really been amazing to watch the way as we've stepped into this, Melinda and I have stepped into this, the way that Ross and Kathy, the way that the Hills team have reached out and supported us. We've had, as you've known, you've seen every fortnight we've had a Hills worship leader come out and help us because we had a need. So they've stepped in and filled that. They send preachers out. It's we're better together, which is what I said before. So if they're winning, then we're winning, and if we're winning, they're winning as well. I guess the reason why I'm saying this is because I want you guys to be encouraged that we are one big family. And sometimes it feels like we're just Penrith, but we are part of a much bigger group. We get very well supported. We get very well loved, and that's something that you guys need to know, that your pastors are being supported as well. We're being pastored. It's easy for pastors to get bitter and twisted if you're not being supported or pastored along the way. It's easy for your pastors to wander off onto strange paths as well. So, you know, we're very well loved and supported, so that's all part of it. I'm not seeing any big waves up the back there, gentlemen. We're still waiting, are we? Awesome. Do you have a timeline? Do we know how long?
1 minute.
5 minutes. Awesome.
Well, they said 30 seconds, so 2 minutes.
Okay. Pardon? Yeah, I've got a lot of talking to do. Maybe I should get the tap dancing going. Yeah. So I want to ask you a question. Sounds a bit scary, doesn't it? Get some smiles. What is something that you love about Elevation Church? What's something you love about it? Don't knock me over with your answers.
The air conditioning.
The air conditioning. Yes. I love it when it works. Family orientation. Acceptance. Beautiful. That's lovely too, knowing that we're cared for. One of the things that I have on my heart, in the way that we shape everything that we do, is that when new people come, that even before they believe, even before they put their hand up and say, yeah, I'm into this whole Jesus thing, that they feel like they belong from the moment so to hear that acceptance and feeling loved, I think that's an important part of culture that we need to keep. Great. Beautiful. Beautiful. The way that we take time to invest in one another. Yeah.
I believe it's just sort of, for me, my family, all generations growing, it's not just our church for the more experience, or our church for the younger generation, and church for the good soil and we can all grow and get together.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's why the opportunity to serve.
In kids ministry? You like the coffee? Yes. Great teaching.
Dangerous teaching.
Dangerous teaching. Oh yeah. 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 Yeah, I think that's true too. And it's great to see on any given Sunday people serving of all kinds of different generations as well. So the more experience through to teenagers. Yeah, that's true. It's a sign of health. It's actually one of the things I've really loved in terms of new people, like first-time guests. There've been a lot of those more experienced, that older generation, more of them than the young families in the last little while, which has been really exciting too. Yeah. Anyone else? You don't have to say something, but... Oh, yeah. There we go. Well, let's finish this thought bubble. Me too. Me too. I love that a lot. Yeah. I spoke to Peter Kinsella a few weeks back, and it was the week where there was Lyndon, Jake and John were all here together. And I said to Pete, well, why weren't you here? But it wasn't Peter that said this, but I was explaining it to somebody else, and they said, do you feel nervous about having former pastors in it? I said, no, we're all just one big happy family, and I don't look at Lyndon as if he's looking at me, judging me with his former pastor. I mean, he is, maybe he is, but that's not how I take it. No, not at all. In fact, Lyndon, I've absolutely loved, this is private comments coming out in public, but I've loved the way that there's a spark in you that's come out in the last 6 months. Maybe it's been coming a bit longer, but you've come to life, and I really love the way that I can see you speaking into people like you haven't for a while. People are being encouraged and built up and discipled, and God's doing some amazing things in you, but through you and Kathy as well. And I'm really excited to see where God takes you guys this year. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. All right. Well, I'll stop talking again because I love to talk. We good to go, guys?
Elevation Church, great to be with you for the first Sunday of 2018. Can you believe it? I wonder what God has got in